So 38 ADUs in 2024, isn't that the same number?
I think it is the same number.
That's just random.
But there were just a few little nuances. I think
So
there was like 12 in one category, and yeah.
So it is 38.
38.
Like it just happens
no,
to be
it
the
just
same.
happens to be. Yeah, even like the 11, 11, 11. Yeah,
All right.
there's some number nuances.
One of the things that I want to call out, especially for those that are just going to watch the video and not read the staff report, is that so state law now, they want us to recognize extremely low income, right, in that graph, in the reporting. I know that it's our choice to not put it in the graph, but when we look at that, we're missing a category, right? I mean, extremely low income housing, 0 to 30%, and it's called out in the staff report. It says that we've done 0 units permitted there, but I think it's important, to maybe eventually put that in this graph so that we can all recognize that, because when we did our housing element and got our data back, we know that 21% of our households live at that level. All right? That's a lot. 20% of our public lives there, and we're not really recognizing them here on this. And I'm not even sure if any of them are here tonight. So even though it's in the staff report, I would appreciate at least that being able to be called out, because I think they deserve a voice. Thank you also for all the work that you all done in putting the story in, next to how we are accomplishing these programs, because I know that you didn't go over that a lot, but for me, I wrote a memo earlier this year because I was really concerned about a lot of the programs. But after reading that extensive staff report, there are so many things in there now that I feel like I'm comfortable enough to go out into the region to say the good things that we are doing in Gilroy. And for those programs that maybe we didn't complete when we said we were going to complete, I do believe we have a good story. Why? And in some of those stories, we're with other cities doing the same exact thing. So I appreciate that. And lastly, I really appreciate you all boosting up the environmental justice section and what we report back to the state. Those two are great stories. Those are, often like our CBOs, and we've heard a lot about nonprofit talk tonight, but those are our CBOs doing everything from like food, access resources, second harvest, giving away free groceries, Nueva Vida community hosting food access, community gardens at the tree farm. All those opportunities like that are actually growing. I took a meeting from someone at the county council's office who's dealing with food injustice of Office 01 right now, but she's looking to expand that. And she's hearing these stories that we're doing here in the community, and she's also hearing stories and connecting against other nonprofits, especially in East San Jose, that see the same food insecurities happening here in Gilroy. And those nonprofits are starting to now invest into our community. Thank you.
Councilmember Hilton, if I can just
go ahead.
ask for one clarification. I think I understood you to want a breakdown in that very low income category. Because in the staff report, we did indicate, as you've seen that before, it's a extremely low income is a subset of very low income. It's typically kind of half-half. So in the future, you just kind of would like the 11 to be like 5 and 6.
Yeah, because I asked this last year, because I know it's a state law now that you are sending this to the state, but that's all data stuff. That's in the staff report. But the community that we are all supposed to represent, and it's 21% of them, right? That's what we're working off in the housing element. 21% live at 30% or below. And if I was in that income category and I look at this, I would say, you're not even considering me. What are you doing for me? How many units have you permitted for me? And it's okay if it says 0. I want to know that. And I think the community deserves to know that. And like I said, it's hidden into the staff report. It's not here on that screen right now for someone to see it, whether they're listening to it on audio or watching this later.
Yeah. No, I appreciate your comments. So we'll do that in the table next year.